Hello everyone. I hope you're all doing good and I'm very happy to see you all through online video lecture. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss about the last section of Unit 5, which is equivalence and similarity relation. In this, we are going to discuss about crisp equivalence relation, crisp tolerance relation, fuzzy equivalence relation, and fuzzy tolerance relation. Also, certain problem under this. Okay, let's do crisp equivalence relation. So the definition says a crisp binary relation R of x comma x, that is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, is called an equivalence relation, which means a crisp relation, crisp binary relation which satisfies the properties of relation symmetric, reflexive and transitive. Then the crisp relation is said to be crisp equivalence relation. What do you mean by crisp binary relation? Binary means we know that it is 2. The relation between two universal set x and y. And crisp binary relation is nothing but it is a classical binary relation. And here the universal set x and y undergone the process of Cartesian product and related to the values 0 and 1. The relation from x cross y mapping to 0, 1, which means the Cartesian product, the members of the universal set x and y are all undergone the process of the Cartesian product, and the ordered pair, every ordered pair have mapped to 0 and 1, the values 0 and 1, which means whether they are related or not. In mathematically, we can write it as R from x cross y related to map to 0 and 1. The value, the set of all values 0 and 1. Or you can write it as R equal to chi of x cross y. Chi means crisp set. Normally we notate it as crisp set. Chi of x cross y of the ordered pair small x comma y, which equal to 1, which means they are related. The ordered pair x comma y is related. If the ordered pair x comma y belongs to the universal set x cross y, which means they are related. Or 0, which means they are not related. If x comma y, the ordered pair x comma y not belongs to the capital X cross y, which means they are not related. So this is the crisp binary relation. And in this definition, they are saying that it is a crisp binary relation R of x comma y, x comma x, which means the binary relation, crisp binary relations on a single set x comma x. That's the meaning that we have discussed in the earlier section. If the crisp binary relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then the binary relation, the crisp binary relation is said to be equivalence relation. This is the definition. I hope you have understand what is crisp binary relation and what is crisp equivalence relation. And by the way, what do you mean by the properties of relation? What do you mean by the reflexive, symmetric and transitive? So they are called as the properties of relations. So let me discuss what is reflexive, symmetric and transitive here. Reflexive. A crisp binary relation on a single set is reflexive if every vertex of the graph related to itself, which means the binary relation will be considered as a graph and every member of the graph originate itself originate a single loop, which means they are related to itself. Given that it is A is a vertex of the graph and which relates to itself. That's the meaning. In mathematically, we can write as A is a relation, have the values 0 and 1, and that will be related to itself, which means we can write as R is equal to 0, the ordered pair 0, 0, the set of all ordered pair 0, 0 and 1, 1 itself. And mathematically, clearly we can write as R equal to x, x, the set of all ordered pair x, x for all x belongs to capital R. Or we can write as R equal to chi of x, x, because this is, we are talking about the crisp relation. So therefore, it is chi of x, x equal to 1, because there is a relation between the value itself, the member itself. So that is what it is. There is a relation, and in to that value itself, the member itself. So therefore, it is chi of x, x is equal to 1. I hope it is very clear. Next, let me go on to the symmetric. The relation R is said to be symmetric if and only if for every x, y belongs to R. Then y, x is also belongs to R. That is the symmetric. And here we are taking three relations A, B, C. If there is a point from A to B, and so in the same way there is a point from B to A, which means A is relates to B and B is relates to A. As the same as to do in the other set, other relation. A to, if there is a point in A to B, and definitely there is a point to B to A. Similarly, if there is a point in B to C, and there is a point in C to B. So mathematically we can write it as, if x, y belongs to R, then y, x is also belongs to R. So therefore, R equal to chi of x, y equal to chi of y, x. That is symmetric. Next definition is transitive. A crisp relation R of x, x is said to be transitive if x, y belongs to R, y, z belongs to R, then x, z belongs to R. Again, a crisp relation, crisp binary relation on a single set R of x, x is termed to be transitive if x, y belongs to R, the two values ordered pair x, y belongs to R and y, z belongs to R, then it implies x, z belongs to R. That is the transitive definition. Which means if you consider three relation A, B, C, there is a point in A to B and there is a point in B to C. This implies there should be a point in A to C. That is transitive. And mathematically we can write as x, y belongs to R and y, z belongs to R. Then x, belongs to R. Or we can write as chi of x, y and chi of y, z equal to 1. Then chi of x, z is also equal to 1. If I am saying that it is an ordered pair equal to 1, which means there is a relation. If x, y belongs to x, y and y, z belongs to 1, and definitely if they are related, definitely X and Z are related. That is called a transitive relation. Is that clear? If these three properties are satisfied by a binary, crisp binary relation on a single set, then that relation is said to be crisp equivalence relation. Is that clear? Next, we move on to crisp tolerance relation. Crisp tolerance relation, or it is otherwise called as compatibility relation. The definition says a crisp binary relation that is reflexive and symmetric is usually called a compatibility relation or tolerance relation. A crisp relation, binary relation, is said to be crisp tolerance relation, then it should satisfy only the properties of reflexive and symmetry, not the transitive. If it satisfies these two properties, reflexive and symmetric, then a crisp binary relation is said to be a crisp tolerance relation or a crisp compatibility relation. And if you want to convert it into a crisp tolerance relation in the form of equivalence, that is crisp equivalence relation, then we have to do the composition process, composition operation. This is what I have given as a note. We can convert tolerance relation, crisp tolerance relation into an equivalence relation by using composition operation. And you all know what is composition operation. If R is a tolerance relation, crisp tolerance relation, then if you want to convert it into crisp equivalence relation, then you have to keep on doing the composition relation or the composition process, the operation. That we will do by the problem. By that you can understand very clear. So let us have the problem. Okay. The given problem is convert the relational matrix into an equivalence relation, which means they have given the relational matrix of a crisp binary relation that will be going to be converted it into the equivalence relation, crisp equivalence relation. If we want to check whether it is equivalence relation, then it should satisfy a crisp binary relation should satisfy the three properties. What are they? That should be reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Let me check one by one. First, I have to check whether it is reflexive. So the definition of reflexive property says that if I convert it into a graph and every member of the graph originate a single loop, which means it related to itself, which means I can say that x1 should be 1, x2 should be 1, x3 should be 1, and x4 should be 1, and x5 should be 1, which means the diagonal elements are 1 here. Look at the problem. x1 is the member of the first diagonal, and x2 the member of the second diagonal, and x3 then x4 x5. The diagonal members are mapping to itself. x1 means they are mapping to itself. So they are converting it into matrix. So therefore, if you check the diagonal values are 1, if they are related to itself, if it is 1 here, then I can say that it satisfies, the relational matrix satisfies the reflexive property. Is that clear? The reflexive property says that it is the every members of the elements originate itself or related to itself, which means if I have considered as matrix, then and x1 to x1 should be have a relation, which means x1 to x1 is 1. So likewise, we are checking that all the diagonal elements, they are given that it is 1. So therefore, automatically it preserves the reflexive property. So the next one is, we have to go to the next property, symmetric property. What is symmetric property? If x comma y, the ordered pair x comma y belongs to R, then y comma x belongs to R, which means if there is a point in A which maps to B, in the same way there is a point in B which will map to A. That's the meaning, isn't it? So which means if I transpose the matrix here, if I am getting the same, then I can say that the matrix, the relational matrix preserves the transpose, that is preserves the symmetric property. Let me do the transpose here. The transpose of R giving a matrix. Look at the matrix. It again the same matrix. So therefore, it preserves the symmetric property. Is that clear? Therefore, we conclude it follows symmetric property. Now, I have to check the third property, which is transitive. What is transitive? The property says that if x comma y belongs to R, y comma z belongs to R, then x and x comma z belongs to R. Which means that if there is a point, if you consider three relation A, B, C, there is a point in A is related to B, and there is a point in B which is related to C, then the resultant says then automatically there is a point in A and C. That is transitive. If x comma y belongs to R and y comma z belongs to R, then x comma z belongs to R. There is a relation in x and z. If there is a relation in x and y and y and z, then definitely there is a relation in x and z. That is the transitive property. And mathematically we can write as chi of x comma y belongs to x, chi of y comma z belongs to x related to some value, then definitely chi of x comma z belongs to x. Let me check it. In the matrix x1 to x2, check the matrix. x1 x2 is equal to 1 here, and x2 to x5, if I am taking the third element as x5, x2 to x5 equal to 1. If I am taking x1, x2, then x2, x5, automatically x1 to x5. x1, x5, check, it is 0 there. There is no relation, which means it fails the transitive property, transitive relation. Which means we conclude that R is not transitive. Therefore, this relation R is crisp tolerance relation, isn't it? But I can convert it into crisp equivalence relation. For that, this should satisfy the third property, reflexive. For that, the note says, if I am doing the composition operation to the given matrix, then I can have the crisp equivalence relation, isn't it? So therefore, we are going to make the given matrix it into an equivalence relation. How to do? R dash is equal to R composite R. And you know that R dash equal to, there are two types of composition. So one is max-min composition, the other one is max product composition. Here we are going to do max-min composition. R dash is equal to R composite R. That we are getting it as the given matrix. I hope you have understand the composition matrix. And here R dash is I'm getting, and here R dash is reflexive. How it is reflexive? And check all the diagonal elements, they are 1, so therefore it is reflexive. And R dash is equal to R transpose. If I am doing it, I am getting the same matrix, therefore it follows the symmetric. Then I have to go for the third property, which is transitive. There I have to check any 3 elements. So which means x1 to x2 1, and x2 to x5 it is 1, and x1 to x5 it is again 1. Which means by this I conclude that this R dash preserves transitive. You can check any pair of values. Check it. If I am taking instead of taking x1 x2, let me take down x1 x3. What is x1 x3? x1 to x3 is 0, and x3 to x4, which is 0. Then automatically the resultant x1 to x4 should be 0. Check it. It is 0, isn't it? It is true for all pair of values, all set of any trial and error, any pair of values, it is true. Next, so therefore we conclude that here the given R dash satisfies transitive, reflexive and symmetric. So therefore R dash is an crisp equivalence relation. Okay, is that clear? All the values are satisfying the transitive property. So therefore R dash obeys transitive property. Hence R dash is an equivalence, that is crisp equivalence relation. So next we move on to fuzzy equivalence relation, or it is otherwise called as similarity relation. Fuzzy equivalence relation is otherwise called as similarity relation. A fuzzy binary relation that is reflexive, symmetric and transitive is known as similarity relation or fuzzy equivalence relation. This is the definition. Which means a fuzzy relation, any fuzzy binary relation on a single set is said to be fuzzy equivalence relation or similarity relation. Then it should satisfy the 3 properties of relation. First one is reflexive, the second one is symmetric, and the third one is transitive. What do you mean by fuzzy relation? First of all, fuzzy relation is a fuzzy set. It is from fuzzy set and which defined on Cartesian product of crisp set. Fuzzy relation is denoted by R tilde, or simply we can say that it is R, and it is defined as R tilde equal to the set of all ordered pairs, comma, the membership which is mu R of x comma y, such that x comma y belongs to x cross y. So fuzzy relation is a fuzzy set. It comes from the Cartesian product of crisp set, and fuzzy relation is notated as R tilde R R. And here we are talking about the membership, which means how far it is strongly connected, strongly related. That is what here we are insisting by the membership. and where mu r tilde of x comma y is the strength of the relation, which is membership function. Here let me explain you by the graph. The members are given A, B, C, D, which is termed as vertices of the graph, and they are related to the other vertices. A is related to B, B is related to C, C is related to D, and B is also related to D, and A is related to C. This is what they are given by the arrow mark. And we have given the related A is related to B, and that is notated, that is given by a number. What is that? That is the membership. Membership means how far it is strongly connected. They are connected, they have a relation, but how far it is connected, how strengthening they are connected. And they are given that it is A to B is 1, and B to C is 0.5, and C to D is 0.2, and B to D is 0.8, and A to C is 0.7. And we know that it is fuzzy relation or fuzzy set, which will be to the values of 0 and 1. The membership will be membership values in between the values of 0 and 1. In between the values we have infinite number of values. And in crisp relations we are saying that it is only of the value 0 and 1. There is a difference between these two. The fuzzy relation we have infinite number of values in between 0 and 1, and whereas in crisp relations we have only two values, that is 0 and 1. If it is 0, there is no relation. If it is 1, there is a relation. That's the meaning. And here we are talking about the membership of the relation, which means how strengthening they are related. And if it is maximum value 1, and the relationship will be very strongly connected. And if the value is 0.2, and there is a relation only, that's it. That's the meaning. Okay, this is what they are given in the graph. And that will be written as mu r of A comma B is R of A comma B. That is the relation between A and B is how strengthening they are connected. That is measured by a value which is given that it is 1. And mu r of B comma C is equal to 0.5. And mu r of C comma D is equal to 0.2. And whereas mu r of D comma C is not related, because we are given by the relation is given by arrow mark for D comma C, which means D comma C is 0, isn't it? And mu r of B comma D is equal to 0.8. Mu r of A comma C is 0.7 and all. So that will be converted it into a matrix. So the matrix is say A, B, C, D, and the row will be call it as A, B, C, D like that. And A to A is 0. There is no loop. There is no the value to itself. And A to B is 1. A to C is 0.7. A to D is 0. And B to A is 0. B to B is 0. B to C is 0.5. And B to D is 0.8. And C to A is 0. C to B is 0, C to C is 0, and C to D is 0. And similarly, D to A is 0, D to B is 0, D to C is 0, and D to D is 0. Yes, this is the example for fuzzy relation. So we have seen the graph and how we are converting the relational matrix from the graph we have seen. Right. What is a fuzzy equivalence relation? A fuzzy binary relation on a single set that satisfies the relational properties reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. If these properties are satisfied by a fuzzy binary relation, then it is said to be fuzzy equivalence relation or similarity relation. So let me explain you what is reflexive in fuzzy relation. So we are concentrate only on the membership. So that is mu r of x comma x is equal to 1, which means there is a loop for a particular vertex itself. That is membership of x to x itself is equal to 1. That is reflexive. Symmetric, mu r of x comma y, which is equal to mu r of y comma x. So both the membership will be equivalent. And this is the symmetric. And the next one is transitivity. Mu r of x comma y is equal to some value lambda 1 and mu r of y comma z equal to lambda 2, some other value lambda 2. Then mu r of x comma z equal to lambda, where this lambda is greater than or equal to minimum of lambda 1 and lambda 2. This is the definition. Once again, transitive means mu r of x comma, the membership of the ordered pair x comma y equal to some value lambda, and the membership of y comma z equal to some other value. Then the mu r of the membership of x and z equal to some value lambda. That value should be greater than or equal to minimum of lambda 1 and lambda 2. So this is the transitivity. If these three properties are satisfied by a fuzzy binary relation, then we can say that fuzzy binary relation is equivalence relation, fuzzy equivalence relation or similarity relation. Yes, next we move on to fuzzy tolerance relation, or otherwise it is called as compatibility relation. Sometimes it is called as proximity relation. Fuzzy tolerance relation means only of satisfying reflexive and symmetric. If it satisfies only the relation reflexive and symmetric, then the fuzzy relation is said to be, fuzzy binary relation is said to be fuzzy tolerance or compatibility relation or proximity relation. I hope this is very clear. And the note says, if I want to make it and a fuzzy relation it into fuzzy equivalence, which means if I convert it into the fuzzy tolerance relation into fuzzy equivalence relations, so we have to do the composition operation until we get the equivalence relation. We have to keep on doing composition relation until get equivalence relation. That is R dash is equal to R composite R. Next we will do the problems. Check whether the given fuzzy relation matrix is fuzzy equivalence relation. If not, make it to the fuzzy equivalence relation. The relational matrix is given. Let me check it whether it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. If all these properties are satisfied by a fuzzy relation, then I can say that it is fuzzy equivalence relation. Let me check it. First property is reflexive. So reflexive property says that it is the membership matrix is given. The membership of x comma x is equal to 1. Check it, and similar way I have to check all the elements x1 to x1, x2 to x2, x3 to x3, etc. all the elements x5 to x5. So check it, all the diagonal elements, they are 1 here. So therefore it satisfies reflexive property. The next one is symmetric. The symmetric property says that it is R of mu R of x comma y equal to mu R of y comma x. In case of matrix, if I am transposing the matrix, if I am getting the same, then I can say that it satisfies the symmetric property. So transpose it, R equal to R transpose, then I am getting the same. So therefore I can say that it satisfies the symmetric property. Is it clear? Right, now I have to move on to the next property, transitivity. To verify the transitivity, I have taken two values from the matrix x1, x2. So mu r of x1, x2 is equal to what it is 0.8. Let me consider that as lambda 1. And then I can take it as x2 to x5, mu r of x2 to x5. Check it, mu r of x2 to x5 is 0.9. Let me consider that as lambda 2. Then automatically I have to check x1 to x5. So when I'm checking x1 to x5, that is here 0.2. That will be considered as lambda. By the definition of the transitivity, lambda should be greater than or equal to minimum of lambda 1, lambda 2. The definition says that mu r of x comma y equal to lambda 1 and mu r of y comma z equal to lambda 2. Then mu r of x comma z equal to lambda some value. That some value lambda should be greater than or equal to minimum of lambda 1, lambda 2. So check it here. Lambda 1 is equal to 0.8 and lambda 2 is equal to 0.9 and lambda is equal to 0.2. When I am checking it, lambda should be greater than or equal to minimum of lambda 1, lambda 2. Minimum of lambda 1, lambda 2 is here 0.8. Minimum of 0.8 and 0.9 is 0.8. And that should be definitely greater than lambda value. So therefore, it is not satisfying the transitivity property for a particular set of values. So therefore, it satisfies only the reflexive and symmetric. Therefore, I can say R is the fuzzy tolerance relation. But I can do fuzzy equivalence relation. For that, I have to do the composition operation. Let us do composition operations. For this, R dash is equal to R composite R, and I am getting R dash. So let me explain you how do you get this R dash first. R dash is equal to R composite R. This is maximum composition. What you are doing here we are considering the first row. So the same matrix is repeated and considering the first row with first column. And the definition says that x1 z1, the resultant will be getting it as x1 z1. So look at the matrices. Here I have given S and T, and in this x1, x2, x3 are 3 column matrix and y1, y2 are the row matrices. And similarly there it is y1, y2 are the column matrix and z1, z2, z3 are the row matrices. I have given that it is. And for that, the resultant matrix will be getting it as x1, x2, x3 and z1, z2, z3, which means we getting it as 3 cross 3 matrices. The formula says that it is x1, z1 equal to maximum of minimum of x1, y1, comma minimum of y1 to z1. Maximum of minimum of x1, y1, we are comparing with minimum of x1, y1 from the first matrix, yes, and minimum of y1, z1 in the T matrix. This is what we have to do. This is the formula we have for these type of matrices. I have written the formula. And similar way, we are going to do R to R. Instead of S and T, here we are taking R matrix to R matrix composite to R matrix. Which means we are considering the row from the first and column from the second matrix. That is, let me check it, x1 to x1, that is x1 from the first matrix and x1 from the second matrix. Minimum of x1, comma, minimum of x2 from the first matrix, x2 value of the column matrix, x2 of the second matrix. So that is 0.8, 0.8. See, only we are considering the ordered pair of the row and the column. Okay. So the first element of the first matrix will be considering with the first element of the column matrix. So therefore 1 comma 1, minimum of 1 comma 1, minimum of x1 comma x1, and comma minimum of the second element of the first row and second element of the first column. Second element of the first row of the first matrix and the second element of the first column with the second matrix. I hope it is clear. So the first is x2 comma x is x2 and comma x3 with x3, which means third element of the first row of the first matrix and third element of the first column with the second matrix. That is x3 x3 comma minimum of x4 x4, which is the fourth element of the first row of the first matrix with the fourth element of the first column with the second matrix, x4 x4. Then comma minimum of x5 x5, that is the fifth element of the first row of the first matrix and with fifth element of the first column of the second matrix. This is what we are considering here. Check it the value 1 with 1, minimum of 1 comma 1, minimum of 0.8 comma 0.8, minimum of 0 comma 0, minimum of 0.4, 0.1 comma 0.4, minimum of 0.2 comma 0.2. And collect all the minimum values. It is maximum of the minimum of from the first pair it is 1, and in the second pair it is 0.8, and the third pair it is 0, and the fourth pair it is in between 0.1 and 0.4 it is 0.1, and the fifth pair 0.2 0.2 it is 0.2. So therefore we are collecting maximum of 1 comma 0.8 comma 0 comma 0.1 comma 0.1 comma 0.2 and collecting all the minimum values, and for that you have to select the maximum. The maximum of all the values should be 1. Therefore the first entry of the R dash is 1 now. Similarly, you have to do all the cases, all the entries you have to do in the same way. Let me do one more value. Let me finding out the second value of the first row. The second value of the first row of the R dash matrix. For that, I have to consider the first row with the second column. So you are stick on the row and move on to the columns. So I have to complete all the columns like this. That will give you the first row entry of the R dash. Okay, and let me do. So let me have the first row with the second column. For that, let me consider the first value of the first row of the first matrix with the first entry of the second column of the second matrix, that is maximum of minimum of 1 comma 0.8 comma minimum of the second value of the first row of the first matrix with second element of the second column of the second matrix, that is 0.8 comma 1. Then comma minimum of the third entry of the first row of the first matrix with third entry of the second column of the second matrix, that is 0 comma 0.4. Then comma minimum of the fourth entry of the first row of the first matrix with fourth entry of the second column of the second matrix, that is 0.1 and 0. Minimum of 0.1 and 0. Then minimum of fifth element of the first row of the first matrix with the fifth element of the second column of the second matrix is 0.2 and 0.9. Minimum of 0.2 and 0.9. Now write down all the minimum values. It is minimum value of 1, 0.8 is 0.8. Minimum of 0.8, 1 is 0.8. And minimum of 0, 0.4 is 0. Minimum of 0.1, 0 is 0. Minimum of 0.2, 0.9 is 0.2. And find out maximum of all these values. It is 0.8. Is that clear? Likewise, we are finding all the entries of R dash. We have to check whether it is reflexive and symmetric. Check it whether it is reflexive first. Reflexive means what you have to do? You have to check all the diagonal elements. Check it. All the diagonal elements are given as 1 here. So therefore, it satisfies the reflexive property. Then I have to move on to the next property, symmetric property. The symmetric property says that it is the transpose of matrix gives the same, then I can say that it is symmetric. So therefore, if I am checking it, the transpose of a matrix will be the same. So therefore, it satisfies the symmetric property. Next, I move on to the third property, transitivity. For that, let me consider two values, mu r of x1, x2 equal to 0.8. That is, we consider lambda 1. And the second value, let me consider x2 to x2, x4. Mu r of x2, x4, that is equal to 0.5. That is lambda 2. Then automatically I can take mu r of x1, x4, that is equal to 0.2. That is lambda. And by the definitions, lambda should be greater than minimum of lambda 1, lambda 2. So therefore, we can check it the value. Lambda is 0.2 here, and the other two values are 0.8 and 0.5. Let me take down the minimum of lambda 1, lambda 2, that is 0.5 and 0.8 is 0.5, and definitely that should not greater than of lambda value, which means lambda is less than minimum of these two values. Therefore, again it fails in transitivity property. Therefore, again I have to go to the composition operation. Let us do the composition operations. Let me call it as this matrix is R double dash. R double dash is equal to R dash composite R dash. So when I am doing it, I am getting this matrix R double dash. When I am doing R composite R dash, composite R dash, I am getting this matrix. So the membership matrix is given right on here. Then I have to check the property, three properties. I have to go for I have to go for all the composition operations until we get equivalence relations. Equivalence relation means it should satisfy these three properties. Right. Let me check it out. Reflexive. Reflexive means I have to check all the diagonal elements. Check it. All the diagonal elements are 1 here. Therefore, it satisfies the reflexive property. The next one is symmetric. If I am transposing it, I am getting the same matrix. So therefore, it obeys symmetric property. Next, I have to check it out, transitivity property. For that, let me consider any two values, x1, x3. Say x1, x3 is equal to 0.4. Let me call it as lambda 1. And x3 to x4, it is 0.4, lambda 2. Then mu r of x1, x4. Automatically, I have to check the other pair is x1 to x4. So x1 to x4, x1, x4 is 0.5. So which is lambda. So therefore, I can say that the formula says that it is lambda which is greater than or equal to minimum of lambda 1, lambda 2. So therefore, 0.5 greater than minimum of 0.4, 0.4. So which is 0.5 which is greater than 0.4. So therefore, it satisfies the transitivity property. So therefore, we conclude that R double dash satisfies all three properties. So therefore, hence R dash is fuzzy equivalence relation. Hence the result. Okay guys, I hope this is very clear, and I have given certain problems for our assignment and submitted through Google Class. With this, we have completed Unit 5. Okay guys, I hope this video is very useful to you and it is very clear. Do not waste your holidays guys. Kindly do all the problems which I have given to you and be prepared for your examination. All the best. Thank you.